Scariest experience of my own is be me alone camping in woods. Been there a few weeks. Sun is going down, I have approximate 1.5 hours or so, not quite 2 to 3 but over an hour. See 3 guys crouching around the woods, 250 m across the river. I'll naturally crouch and watch, reach for binoculars and sit very still. They seem to be hunting deer, no firearms visible but one does have a buck knife. I am spooked at this point, mind racing, I think about what I should do. Run, contact, stay still. I am miles into the wild at this point, plus my belongings are all set up in a concealed / camo camp and I can't just leave it all here to head blindly into the woods this late. My gut is telling me that they are not friendly, I don't know why but I just feel like if I speak with them it will not go well at all. I decide to stay on my spot and watch. They have come to the river now, slightly closer but there is no way they could see my camp as it was uphill in a strange spot, hidden between brush and trees. The land is shaped in such a way that you would have to be right on me to see me. It's getting dark now, they still are not using a light and are moving slow / looking around a lot. They split into 3 and I lose sight of one, but he walked away from me whilst the other 2 crossed the river and split. One is going the opposite direction, one is heading towards me, one is heading down river. I slowly move behind some brush and back off another 100 m or so. Lie down and continue watching. My stomach drops.
I found you, bitch, these are our woods.
The one that was heading closer has found my camp. This is when I confirm that they are looking for me. I don't know why or how, I have done nothing to warrant this. Didn't even know the land was owned, it was so remote. No dead animals, no trash, no wildfires etc. I can hear my things being thrown around now and a pretty loud conversation as they all have regrouped in my camp. Can't understand them but they seem to be angry, occasional screaming and such into the woods around them, saying things like,
"We know you're here, boy, you're done."
Another than sticks in my mind is,
"I'm gonna have fun skinning you."
I lie still in terror. About 30 minutes pass but it could have been more / less, it's hard to tell at this point. It's getting really dark now and I see them heading back downhill and still hear them shouting in the distance. I lay still in the woods for another 20 to 30 minutes and thank God I did. Not sure how much longer I would have lay there but I wasn't eager to move since I knew that they knew where my camp was. But I didn't know where they were. A fucking flashlight turns on at my camp.
"If you're out here, you should call yourself lucky from now on, don't ever come back here, boy."
Deal.jpg. I lay and watch the flashlight go into the distance. It's pitch black now so I give it another 20 minutes in case it was some kind of double trap. Nothing but silence. After a while I hear gunshots a few miles away, across the river where they headed earlier. At this point I just slowly approached my camp, gathered my gear as best as I could in speed. Much was lost forever into the woods or possibly stolen, likely both. My tent is slashed apart, my sleeping bag sliced into bits with the insulation thrown around camp. My tarp has been pulled out of the tree and slashed up, cords cut. Gunshots again but they are much closer this time. I grab what I can and haul ass uphill. Spend the entire night moving north through the woods until I finally found S service road to follow. Followed it in the tree line just in case and was freaking out the entire night. Never went back to those woods. This took place in the southern remote US. Still don't know what they wanted, or how they found me or knew where I was. My guess is trail cams or that they found my camp earlier and came back looking for it as a group to teach me a lesson or worse.
What's a trail cam? Cool story.
Hunting cameras set up that look like trees or are fastened to trees. They are often obvious but the woods are so vast that I could very easily walk right by one multiple times, triggering it to record me, which would then alert them that there is a man in the area. I believe they had tracked me somehow, or recorded me with hidden tech and were looking for my camp. Either that or they stumbled upon my camp earlier in the day and came back for me at night time, when they thought I would be at camp or asleep in the tent, which they were correct about. Luckily I wasn't sat by a fire cooking, or resting in my tent, and was wandering the vicinity, scouting the land and searching for firewood and generally anything else that I thought may be useful. My camp was a tarp between two trees. Under the tarp was a tent. In front of the tent was a stone circle I had been using to build fires within, a small chest with items in it and some other miscellaneous belongings laid around in an orderly manner. Everything was camouflaged or hidden within camouflage cover the land. The shelter also had dead branches and leaves rested over it. Would have been very difficult to find me, even if you were looking for me as a squad. The exact piece of land was incredibly awkward to get to. Couldn't be seen even from uphill. It was a wonderful spot and makes it all the scarier that they found me.